What's up, guys? Ah, you can see me. This is crazy, right? A friend of mine brought up a good point. They said, hey, what if people who watch your videos are going to be at EVO? How will they recognize you? And there's some videos on my channel that show my face, but they're mostly older, so I thought I would do a new one. And for the actual content of the video, we're going to be talking about the top 5 reasons I'm excited for EVO. I know I've been talking about EVO a lot lately, but I really am excited, guys. And this will be my last kind of EVO build-up video, and it'll probably be my last video until after EVO. I got some stuff I got to do this week, and then on Thursday I'm leaving for Vegas. So let's jump right into the list. The number 5 thing I'm excited for at EVO is seeing the new characters in action. So Balrog and Ibuki have only been out for about 1 week now, and by the time EVO happens it'll have been 2 weeks. We haven't really seen what they're capable of just yet. I know before they came out, people were worried. They were like, what if Balrog and Ibuki are overpowered, man? Top 8's going to be 6 Balrogs and 2 Ibukis. I don't think that's going to happen, but I do think they're good. And when they first came out, you know, a lot of people were saying, wow, Balrog is so OP, he's so strong. And I do think he's good, but we've now had time to kind of see his weaknesses as well. He doesn't have good defensive options, no invincible moves, and his only armored moves are vulnerable for a few frames. So he's kind of all or nothing, you know. On offense, he can really destroy people, but on defense, he kind of struggles. And Ibuki is a little bit more unknown. We haven't seen that many people playing her. We definitely know she has good set play, good combos, but maybe a little awkward neutral game. So I'm looking forward to seeing these characters, seeing what people are capable of doing with them, and I hope that we get at least one in top 8. That would be pretty cool. Maybe PR Balrog, who knows. And even Guile, I got a ton of comments on my last video saying, hey, you forgot about Chris G, he plays Guile. And I kind of did forget. He wasn't at CEO, which was the last big major, and I don't think he was at Combo Breaker either, which was the last major I went to. So he's kind of been off my radar a little bit. I know he's been blowing things up in various tournaments around, so hopefully we'll get to see some Guile, because we haven't really seen that much at majors yet. Moving on, the number 4 thing I'm excited for is international players. Now, international players are coming to more and more tournaments these days, but there are some players that don't come to America that much, so you don't get to see them play very often. So some of the ones I'm looking forward to, Fudo. As I mentioned in my last video, I think Fudo is going to do really great. Bone-chan, who I'm not sure has been to an American major for Street Fighter V yet. Maybe he has and I'm just forgetting. Luffy from France. Phenom from Norway, another player that a lot of people mentioned in my comments. He's also kind of been off my radar, so hoping to see some of him. Ryan Hart, the British player, really, really godlike. So all these guys I think are going to be at EVO, so I'm looking forward to seeing all of them, seeing a new level of competition past what we're used to so far. Number 3 thing I'm looking forward to is seeing and playing new games. So obviously Tekken 7 is in the tournament, so it's going to be there. It's not out in America yet in arcades, and it's not out on console. I don't know if the console version is going to be playable. Hopefully, we'll see. KOF, I actually haven't gotten a chance to play KOF 14 yet, and it's out in like 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll get a chance to see that. Skullgirls, I know at least Mike Z and maybe a few other people from Skullgirls are going to be there. I'm friends with those guys. They're really cool, and they always have good stuff set up at EVO in various tournaments. I think their upcoming mobile game might be playable at EVO, which if you haven't seen, it's really interesting. It's not a traditional fighting game. It's got like some RPG elements, but it's still got like the Skullgirls characters and the combos and stuff. And then the indie game area that's always at EVO. There's always really cool stuff at the indie game area. Don't sleep on it. Every year I go and I try some of the different games, and there are some really, really cool ones that I wouldn't really have heard about otherwise. And you know, if there's versus mode games in the indie game area, my friends and I will like money match in them and stuff like that. That's really fun. So guys, if you're going to be at EVO, see and try out these new games. It's one of the cooler parts of being there. The number 2 thing I'm excited for is announcements. So Street Fighter V, I assume that they're going to show some Jury or maybe some Urien. We've kind of already seen them because they were in the story mode. But it'll still be cool, you know, maybe there will be changes or maybe there will be new tech with them that no one's found yet. And what I'd really like to see is some kind of announcement of a Season 2 of DLC for Street Fighter V. I don't know if we're going to get that yet, But I think Season 1 has been great. Street Fighter V kind of had a rough start, but now that most of the content is in, I think it's a lot better game. So if they could even just give me that indication, just be like, guess what, there's going to be Season 2, I would be really hyped. Other announcements, you know, KOF, they're still kind of trickling out footage of the different characters, so I think we might see some more of that. Tekken, I would love to get a release date for the console version. I'm like crossing my fingers. I can't wait for the console version to come out in America. I'm actually really looking forward to Tekken 7, but yeah, we'll see. There's always some pretty hype announcements at EVO, so hopefully this year will be no exception. The number one thing I am excited for at EVO is the top 8 at the Mandalay Bay Events Center. This is something totally unlike anything that's been at EVO before. It's crazy. So, you know, most years it would be Friday and Saturday. They just have the ballroom where they have the pool set up. And then Sunday they clear everything out and they just fill the ballroom up with chairs so that people can watch top 8. But this year is totally different. Sunday is in a different venue at the Mandalay Bay Events Center, which is like, I think there's like boxing matches there. There's like UFC there. It's crazy. We're like so big time now. And, you know, it's like the seats are going to be filled up. It's like a stadium. I bought my ticket really, really early, so I have floor seats right up near the front. It's going to be ridiculous. I think the hype in there is going to be incredible. Plus the fact that people at home can watch it on TV, on ESPN2. And I know that like TV is kind of becoming less and less relevant, streaming's becoming more relevant, but I still think that this is kind of like a really big step for the mainstream acceptance of the FGC becoming more and more relevant. So I am so excited to watch Top 8. I think there's going to be hype matches. I think people are going to be losing their minds in the crowd. I am looking forward to it. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry if you have no interest in EVO. I'm sorry that's all I've been talking about these last few days, but we'll be back to the normal content with, you know, tutorials, match footage, replays as soon as I get back. So I guess probably Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll see. But as always, thank you very much for watching and good luck out there.